Yeah. So then by hearing about the pure love of the residents of Vraja, see, by hearing the pure love of the residents of Vraja, see, the ecstatic worship. See? Well, you know, we don't go exactly into the intimate pastimes because people are not ready for that. They need the preliminary work. So, you know, you've got Caitanya-caritāmṛta that goes to the first chapter on Guru Tattva, you know, and it talks, you know, like about, you got to know these principles. See? These are principles that are Viraga Bhakti that lead quickly to ecstatic love. You don't know these principles, how are you going to know about the ecstasy and all of this? This is fourth chapter already. See? This shows you, okay, this is how it progresses. First, you have to know Guru Tattva, otherwise you'll think the Putin is your guru. A lot of those out there. And be drinking from their Kalya lake, Kalya river of Kata. Okay? Therefore, how are you going to understand the real pastimes? It'll all be superficial, Radhe this and Radhe that, and superficial understanding, caught in Daksha. You see, we got the 9 cantos, caught in the Daksha obstacle, thinking those full of pride, envy, jealousy are actually your gurus. Wasn't that Prabhupada said, oh, these are your gurus there, your followers, and look, they're not actually even level of Vaishnava. Vaishnava is non-envious. See, that's conclusive truth. That's the real guru, man. You could be a wannabe, yeah, I'd like to be a Vaishnava, I'll put on the clothes and everything, but follow a person that's non-envious, man, that worships the Lord in ecstatic love. Now you found the real path. Quickly you go. Look how long it takes people. She had 40 years before she can find this. Yeah, Meena, 50 years. Johan, 25 years. Now look, just by finding the real door. Isn't that amazing? That's how it is. That's its style. You go quick. The other way, it's like, when am I going to... God, Prabhupada said, just chant 16 rounds and be happy. Why aren't I so happy? You know... Well, you know, Prabhupada did his work, he wrote his books and everything, and that's here, and now we're going to hear to make people truly happy. Because you got to understand the book, but to understand that you have to find the real guru who surpassed Putana and Trinavarta and all these other demons, and this donkey demons and all of that stuff. And you hear from them, and then you surpass by grace of Guru. The real Guru's grace. Not talking about Sri Guru's grace, and none of this happens. Here we talk about Srila, you know, you just get Sri Guru's grace and get the result of increasing taste for Krishna. That's the path. And the proof is in the pudding, man. She'd been 40 years. When am I going to chant? Prabhupada said, chant and be happy. When am I going to get this? I really want Krishna. Okay. Fine. Now you're understanding the book, okay? You've got to hear it from a devotee who has worshipped a long time in ecstatic love. Oh, I see now. Hey, I'm just telling you what you've been reading. Now you can understand because you got to follow the process. You see, by regular classes, Srimad Bhagavatam. Did you ever have that in your whole life by a living devotee? Never. See, Meena had some, maybe when he was there. See, and then, but still, Prabhupada's talking Vaidhi stuff and more of that, to get things going. He's busy with this. He knew, hey man, step by step. Now, proof is that I'm telling you the truth, which you can check in the book. It's by the action of the book Bhagavat and a living devotee Bhagavat. Wake up! See? That's absorbed in the mellows of devotion, that these mellows will be instilled in you. That's the formula. If you don't meet it, she didn't meet it, and Johan didn't meet it, didn't have a living guru to tell them what's in the book. They tried on their own, and like the Ritviks say, oh, well, just Prabhupada's book's all we need. Well, it doesn't work with the Ritviks. They're still in the same spot, all of them, that they started. But it's working with Johan because he finally he wanted Radha and Krishna, And he finally found a living guru, and he's hearing from him, and now he's understanding the books. And he's engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. What's proof of that? Is you chant with ecstasy. Tears in the eyes come. Now you're cultivating bhakti. According to the book, Prabhupada's Nectar Devotion says, cultivation doesn't even start of bhakti until tears come to the eyes. People come here, they're getting tears. Now you're cultivating bhakti because you got the formula, man. Formula makes things work. But if you have a guru who's not bona fide and you got the book, it doesn't seem to work. See? Therefore, the proof is in the pudding. Hey man, you say you're bona fide Narayan Maharaj. Well, where's the proof of your ecstatic devotees? Show me one. Anybody stand up and show you chant Hare Krishna in the camera? Why not? Oh, wait, don't do this. We can't. Because Rupa Goswami did and all that. But just blindly believe my bullshit, man, that I'm an ecstatic devotee. Well, fuck you, man. Get up here, do the job, or get off your high seat. Enough bullshit from Maya, man. She's been a liar from the beginning. All these guys doing this program all day. I'm going to tell you the truth, man. This Purushet doing the program all day long, all those programs, it is nullified from one thing, from his lie. Oh, I got much better ecstatic devotion than Gaurahari Dasa. That bullshit, that lie, is nullified. Just keep going on the treadmill in your empty tiff, because that is lying. That is trying to deviate people from the truth. That's what Shiva said. Go and piss on those sacrifices of those liars and envious persons. They still belong to Yamaraj. Yamaraj says, bring me those who don't chant the holy name in ecstatic love. Bring me those who are adverse to the conclusive truth of the pastimes of the Lord. Conclusive truth. Give me, they belong to me, man. I'll punish those suckers. Hey, I know it's tough. You come here, my bite will feel like you're being carried instead of vice grip. If you got a lot of sin on you from following these bogies, bogey, they come and they shoot you down, you're going to feel like this is, he's like biting me, instead of carrying you around. Arman says, best preaching here. Watch Bhakti Churu Swami, sad preaching to 100 sad devotees. Proof, see, hey, there you go. Hey, man. I had to give them your Facebook link so that they could listen to real preaching.
Go, Almond, go.
Unfortunately, they're so addicted to the sadness, they think that's real life. This is the problem. People drink poison, they think the poison is nectar. But the poison acts, and eventually you go nuts. You go crazy like them. See, face is the index of the mind. The truth is, Krishna's in the heart of everybody. Okay? He's in there, right? We all know that according to the Shastra. Okay? He's in the heart. So the whole game is to make him happy. See? And it's a transcendental thing. So you can make him happy in the mode of goodness, and you go, see, it's a little bit like that. And then it goes, from, burn out from, oh God, I was happy there. But that's not really it either. Okay? So if you're going to a Bhagavatam class, and you have a sad face teaching, and you have a sad listeners, are you making Krishna transcendentally happy? Because it's supposed to be that. You're supposed to, if you're giving Bhagavatam, it's transcendental, isn't it? It's God. And if I'm giving you God, it's going to enliven you in some way, man. You're going to be like Prabhupada had his ear there, wow, this is amazing. You'd be amazed. Wow, never heard preaching like this before. You have amazed looks on your face, because that's the pastimes of the Lord when you hear that kind of preaching. It's like, whoa, nobody preaches like that. Of course not. You got to be empowered by Krishna. Has to be Krishna speaking through that person, playing a nice song, Yeah, so yeah, if you're looking at those kind of Bhagavatam classes, you can be, if you hear these classes, like what I'm saying right now, then you go and look, you will notice something, you become aware. So you're not aware, you think, oh, being a sad devotee is, listening to a sad speaker is true happiness. This is the craziness in the world. It's not like that. Hey, if you go to Bhagavatam class, man, and a person's speaking about who they love, they're going to be enlivened, and you're going to be enlivened also. If you don't say this is a better class than yesterday, you don't know what the spiritual potency is yet. Because it was great the day before, and it becomes somehow or other, by the mystical grace of God, it just becomes even greater. It's perfect and then more perfect. I mean, I've been going through this for years. I just am amazed. I keep saying, how can this be? You know, what is in your word? No wonder Ananda Sesh never comes to an end. You know how many times I preach from this chapter and these verses? But it just gets more dazzling. It's like more, wow, jeez. More practical too. It's by helping devotees understand where the real path is. Could you imagine you get a few people listening to this for a while? How much they're going to wake up? There's no... After listening to sad preaching, they'll start to learn what real happiness is and real enlivenment is. Real getting, hey man, throw that speculation out the window, and that one get lighter and clearer and all that. So I shall taste the essence of all these rasas. Oh, I read that. See? So, hey man, this is where we're at. There's a lot more to say about that sentence. It's all codes, man. Krishna Dasa Kaviraj said this is all written in codes, man. That's why it's only sentences, short sentences. The essence of truth is true eloquence, he taught. True eloquence, the essence. But this is in codes. The non-devotees, those people you're listening to out there, are non-devotees. They have no real devotion. And prove it. If you're still sad listening to them from a sad speaker, you know, you're a sad devotee, man. Really, that is really sad. You got to find somebody who tastes the essence of Bhagavatam, these codes, okay? And you hear from them, and you hear things as they are. And my happiness is just to explain that, make it more clear what that to find. You have to find a guru tasting the essence of these verses, man, and you got to see them taste these things. See, and that way you're favored. See, when I explain something, I'm tasting these things, and this way I just automatically favor who's ever in the earshot. See, that's called causeless mercy. What, did you cause this mercy? Well, if putting your hand to the thing and turning on your camera is a cause, well, I don't know, man. But basically all you do is you just hear in this association, and you get causeless grace of Krishna. He starts to awaken in your heart spontaneously. You just start to walk around, and bliss starts to manifest. I think that happens to a lot of devotees. You just start going down the street, and they start chanting and start crying. Isn't that causeless mercy? That's the way it works. She went 40 years without that. Where's the causeless mercy, huh? She reading Prabhupada's books, chanting, but where's that causeless mercy? Now it's here, because that's its style. See? Because if you don't find a real devotee, not a putana and a person caught up in the putana obstacle, trinavarta speculation, you don't find a real devotee, you won't get this. You find a real devotee, you listen to them, you become automatically favored by their tasting Krishna consciousness. Here, there is a schedule, this knows weeks ahead of time what verse he will speak on, and he prepares. Yeah, I've seen that preparation. I went to the room of a Narayan Maharaj sannyasi I was friends with back in the day, and He was preparing for a class. I couldn't believe it, man. This was so... It was like he was preparing for class. He had his computer out. And he had books laying all over the room. He said, I'm preparing for class. He was looking at all the books, going around the room. Look at this verse, that verse. What are you going to do? They don't know how to taste the essence. If you taste the essence of these rasas, taste the essence of these verses, it's all in here, man. Then all you need is to taste the verse. You need to take one sentence, man, and you just relish it. And automatically, because of your transcendental taste, what happens? True understanding comes, just like the Bhagavad-Gita 10:10 says, man. This is life of a devotee. I shall taste the essence of all these rasas, and in this way I shall favor all the devotees. Oh, this is such a beautiful verse. Oh, give me a hug, you Lord. Oh, so beautiful. And then all these revelations come on it. Oh, and that's preaching. There you go. See, you get favored by the causeless mercy of a person who loves Krishna. Hey, this is the book incarnate. Why wouldn't you love the book incarnation of Bhagavan? Huh? It's so accessible, so right here, man. I shouldn't do that in public. I know. You shouldn't kiss Krishna. I love you. I shouldn't even say that, but it's true. I love these books like Prabhupada loved his books, man. Thank you, Lord, for giving me some good sense. See, that's how you get favored. You find a taster, see? And you get the causeless mercy. You have the right understanding that they get. Because Krishna protects his devotees, right? And they protect you. But you got to be a devotee. See? And if you want to be a devotee, really want Krishna, he'll send you the devotee, and then you're protected because they're protected. You're under their protection because they're under Krishna's protection and the parampara. This is the parampara also. See? Not only is this Krishna, but this is all parampara. I got to see, you got everything here. See? You got Krishna and the parampara, Prabhupada, all of it here. See? Working to do a big work here. You're going to see amazing things. Because whenever Krishna is really working on this planet, man, you see colorful pastimes, like the book says. Prabhupada had real color. These godbrothers, they all riding on his laurels, man. No, Krishna was really using him. So he's colorful, man. I was thinking, he's interviewed by all these, he was doing stuff, man, going around, man, people take him interviews with newspapers and all of that stuff. Amazing, huh? Yeah, that's empowerment. That's a person who is empowered by the Lord, becomes an attractive force in this world to make some changes, visible changes. That's called an acharya. See? And acharya, Prabhupada said, is even more than a guru. Okay? Because an acharya makes a very special contribution to the disciplic line. See? And our contribution is awakening ecstatic love in his disciples, who get the good sense to look at the examples of our witnesses who have done what you've done for 40 years and 50 years, and you look at that and they're telling you, witness, hey man, this is better, this is what I've been praying for. Okay? But if you're not praying for that, this will just go right over your head. You're still probably destined for another lifetime of Vaidhi Bhakti. You got to have this desire, otherwise how are you going to make it? How are you going to give up these sweet talks of the putanas out there? You gotta act like devotees to attain Vrindavan. They give up everything for Vrindavan. You got to just give up all the illusions for Vrindavan. Why not? It's better, isn't it? Give up these persons who claim to be the highest charyas for the millenniums, and come here and listen to a guy Doesn't even wear a dhoti, man. Yeah? You know, you have to use your intelligence too. Anyway,